Oh man, what a good day for some of the projects which we've been tracking here on the channel. You've got Algorand up almost 6% and you've got Coti up 7.5%. But more importantly, they're breaking out from a big daily chart pattern which we've been monitoring here for many weeks now, and now is make or break for both of these coins. Let's head over to the charts and let's take a look at what we're looking at. So first things first, daily chart on let's take a look at the daily chart on Algorand, because what I want to remind you guys of, and we've covered this, but it's always important to go back and remind ourselves of what we're doing. We were entered into this continuation pattern and we were looking for a breakout from this purple wedge. Okay, so we had this bit of a purple wedge and we can see now on this daily candle we're getting this really strong daily candle now pushing through this wedge. Okay, yesterday we did wick indeed above, but we closed below, so yesterday did not complete the breakout for us. Let me explain that in a little bit more detail. Let me go into that. Let's get zoomed in, if it wants to let me zoom in. There we go. So you can see this candle, it was fully green up to here during yesterday, okay? So it looked like we were getting the breakout, but we got the close back in the wedge, okay? We need to close like this, okay? So if Algorand gets weaker during the day and we end up back in the wedge, that's a problem, but we need to get that complete breakout. And if we do, remember, we have a price target here breaking out of this wedge of $2.70 on our Algorand. So really big pattern here, really big moment for us. You can see how nicely we've held the EMA ribbon as well. This green candle here 2 days ago is really important. Yesterday's one helped as well, and today's one is really giving us that push off of the EMA ribbon and setting us up to go and test all-time highs and break beyond it. You can see plenty of room on the RSI, plenty of room for more volume to come in as people start FOMOing in, and a really nice pattern here on the technical chart for Algorand. Now, let's take a look closely at the hourly chart. Let's remove our EMA ribbon and let's get nice and zoomed in. And you remember that I mentioned we broke out of this wedge. Okay, so this was a bearish pattern. We had fallen down from here. Remember, this is within our bigger purple pattern, and we expected to break to the downside, and indeed we did break to the downside. Now, we were hoping we'd catch some support here. We didn't. We tried, and we fell to the lower level. So I said we're going to fall to this level here now, which is indeed where we got the bounce, which is really good. We avoided falling lower to $1.64, which is always great. And then I said we need to go and break these highs. This high here we need to break. Okay, and we need to break this high here, and we went ahead and we did that. You can see we struggled there. We got rejected in a few hourly candles ago, but since then we went and we've broken that. Okay, so really positive move here. We've managed to bounce nicely off this level, consolidated a little bit, broke out above this high, which is really important, and now we're outside of the wedge. Okay, so now what's our short-term price target? Well, in order for us to achieve the bigger breakout target, which I shared with you at $2.70, we have to break this top line here. Okay, this one coming from this resistance here at exactly $2 is what we need to break next, and then you've got a bit of resistance on the next top of the wedge. Let me show you where that is, sitting at $2.09. So those are our key levels now. We need to consolidate back up. So if I show you what that looks like, so we need to break above this line, which is where we're just breaking now. I want to see us get above it. Feel free to come down for support. Now head up to the $2 level, fight the $2 level, break through. Again, feel free to come back for support and then head to $2.09 and above. This purple line here is representing our price target, okay? So that's our price target on Algorand. This one here, this purple line, which takes us all the way past all-time highs to $2.70. Long way to go before then. Obviously, there's going to be lots of ups and downs, but over the next, on the daily chart, over the next set of days, I'd expect us to go and start heading towards this price target. And we've only just broken out, so this move has only just started. If you want to place a swing position, that's something you guys can do. Obviously, I'm holding a bit more longer term, but this is the exact textbook pattern you will be waiting for. If today's candle closes outside of this wedge, that's the type of move you will go long on, right? We've been monitoring this for a long while. You've had plenty of time to buy the dip here, and now when you get a breakout, you wait for confirmation of the breakout. The daily candle closes, the next one opens up slightly green tomorrow, and then you long this position all the way up to $2.70. So a really nice setup on Algorand, and I think it's just credit to us monitoring this coin for a long time when a lot of people are being naysayers in this period, but we know what we're working on here. We know it's a top project. We know the technicals were so beautiful. I mentioned this wedge a very long time ago. We saw the patterns we were creating on the chart, and it's good to see that now bouncing off the EMA and really starting to break out. So This breakout candle really here is a super big moment for Algorand. It just needs to build upon it. Now, similarly for Coti, we're getting a little bit of energy back into our favorite altcoins, which I'm going to come on to very shortly. But before that, let's take a look at Coti. And again, please remember the bigger term pattern. Let's not get caught up in the daily minutiae of things. We formed this massive cup and handle pattern. Okay, we entered down into this wedge. We broke out, rejected by 66, came back down. And we just ended up messing around here for too long. Okay, so if I zoom in, and you can see once we came down this downward channel, we just couldn't get the bounce off of the 49 cents mark quick enough. And the 49 cents mark is the neckline of our cup and handle pattern. Very important that we understand that, guys. The cup and handle pattern, when you have that cup and handle pattern, it's perfectly fine when you get a breakout to come and get a retest, collect some support, and go higher. Okay, and that's what we're getting now. We're getting a really nice bounce, okay, on the daily chart. 4 solid green candles on Coti. Don't think that's by coincidence, guys. That's coming in, and now our cup and handle price target is sitting at 80 cents. And for me on Coti, personally, I think 80 cents is just the start for Coti. We'll be heading to $1 Coti and $2 Coti very soon. This is a very small market cap project. It's got a partnership with Cardano, so I think a lot of the fundamentals haven't been priced in for whatever reason. I mean, you've not seen a massive explosion since the Cardano news, and I would expect that to come at some point. You can see here on the EMA ribbon as well, we've got perfect confluence. We're getting the perfect bounce off of this EMA ribbon, and what this is going to prove to be, where I had my buy zone, is the perfect buy zone, right? If you were with me watching this video and you were buying here, when we now go on extension, like we've just done here after bouncing off the EMA ribbon, these areas prove to be the good buys, right? And that's what you want to get into the habit of doing. Okay, let's remove the EMA ribbon and let's head into the hourly chart, because I want to show you a few important things here on Coti on the hourly chart. Okay, let me clear my diagram. Actually, no, I won't clear it. Why should I clear that? You can see here, I've drawn on in yesterday's video that we were forming a W pattern with neckline here at 52. My price target for the neckline was sitting at 57. And that's exactly where we're heading, guys. If you made this trade yesterday with me, you would have been benefiting quite a lot here on just a small hourly time frame trade here on Coti. Okay, guys? And this is, you know, if you're experienced, please feel free to start trading, right? You don't, even though for the inexperienced people, and even for my own portfolio, I hodl a lot. That's the way I'm wired, is to be more of a long-term trader, because I know that's how big wealth is built. But if you want to make a quick few bucks, and sometimes I'll see a trade like this and I'll place a trade, right? There's nothing wrong with doing that. And that's good, especially when you're a little bit more experienced. So you can see we formed that perfect W pattern. Well, it wasn't perfect, but it was a good W pattern. I mentioned it on yesterday's call before we were heading to the neckline, and you can see we got a great breakout, and we still got a little bit of room to go before 57 cents on that long position. So a great move there by Coti. You can see we respected this level at 46. Very important. We followed this uptrend and we got the momentum breakout. Very important now that we clear through this resistance which we're facing now, and then there's a bit of more resistance coming up at 59 cents. Okay, so Coti's got a long way out yet in order for us to get really bullish, but for me, given that we've been monitoring this coin for such a long time, this is bullish right now, because yes, we've got some resistance levels, we've got the 59 level and then the 66 to fight through, but when we go to the daily and you see what has just happened in terms of this cup and handle pattern, I can't help but be bullish on the pattern we're creating here. A beautiful cup and handle pattern, a perfect retest to the neckline. The bears tried to push it below 49. They tried their best, guys. We were watching it. We wicked below 49 many times. The lowest we got to there is 46, and the bulls kept the floor, kept the price higher above 46. So that should give you a lot of confidence in your Coti coins, that as much as the bears tried there, when all coins were, flat to down, and Bitcoin was having all the thunder, they still couldn't push Coti below 46, which helps me understand, and we were pretty accurate with our price box here between 49 and 53 cents, that this is the floor price, right? This is where you should be nibbling. It doesn't look like we're going to get any cheaper. A part of me wanted us to get a little bit cheaper at 43, or even test some of the wedge on the bearish situation, because you get to buy cheaper Coti, and I did make you guys aware of that potential if we came back down here, but that didn't materialize. We got our first case, which was bouncing off the neckline and heading higher. So we want to see the momentum come in, and we want to keep heading higher now to 66 to get a clean break. If we get a clean break of 66, then we're heading towards that 80 price target on Coti. Okay, so really nice. Love the setup on the EMA ribbon, looking really bullish on Coti right now. And just before we go, I want to cover off Bitcoin very quickly. I will no doubt cover Bitcoin properly in a separate video, but all our altcoins are going to move based on Bitcoin. Everybody's getting worried about Bitcoin because we had a bit of a correction down here. I mean, the lowest we got to yesterday is 62. Anybody who's been watching my videos over the last few days, this is what we want, right? We want to come down. We want to come back down to all-time highs and a little bit below and rebuild some support, find maybe a bounce even at 59 if we have to, and then head higher. Let's take a look at dominance, because this is what is leading to altcoins running right now today. This is the dominance. I'm going to show you on the 4-hourly chart. And you can see we've had a slow bleed out over, whilst I was sleeping, of dominance. I thought we were going to get the bounce here, but altcoins have shown some strength, and we can see dominance starting to fall. Now, the important thing there's two things to note here. Dominance indicates the strength of altcoins versus Bitcoin. Okay, well, in this case, Bitcoin versus altcoins. So this means Bitcoin's getting weaker to altcoins in terms of market cap. Now, that doesn't mean more money's flowing out of Bitcoin necessarily. In order to confirm that, we have to look at total 2. Okay, and very important that we look at total 2, because total 2 is the total market cap excluding Bitcoin. So this is everything else, including Ethereum, including all your altcoins, and we can see that this is going up, right? We can see, if we go on the daily candles as well, we can see this is trending up, right? Clear trend up, broke all-time highs. I don't know if that's all-time highs, but local highs. Local highs there in order to head higher. So more money is flowing into altcoins, okay? And that's why you can get a situation where Bitcoin can move and altcoins can move too, because more new money is coming over. It's not necessarily just a rotation of Bitcoin into altcoins, but it's a rotation of money from other asset classes into our favorite cryptos, okay? So really important to understand that. Now, let's take a quick look at DeFi Llama for Algorand. Let's have a quick refresh. And it's important to look at the fundamentals as well. Really important that we do that, because one of the metrics that Algorand needs to improve on is their total value locked. And I'll be perfectly transparent with you guys, because this is a really important metric for Algorand to get right. So you can see here, Ethereum's at 162 billion in total locked value. You can see Binance at 20 billion, Solana's at 12 billion. But if you go down to Algorand, how far am I going? Where is that? There we go. 34. We're sitting at 75 million. Okay. So they've got a lot of work to do to build some more interesting projects in the DeFi space, because DeFi helps you get a lot of total value locked. And if you got a lot of value locked, that gives you upward pressure on the price because your coins are being used in demand. The reason Solana can push up so much is because people are using its coins. Okay. And we'll cover that in the Solana video, which I'll post shortly. So there you have it, guys. There we have it. So you've got a really good move on Algorand. Really important breakout here, which we hope we get a green candle close here on Algorand. We can see Coti is also bouncing off that very important 49-cent mark, which is getting a really good bounce off our neckline even. We're going to reach our first price target hopefully soon of 58 cents, and then we can head higher, albeit with some resistance. I don't expect it to be smooth sailing over the next few days, but I mean, the idea here is we want to break through here, maybe get a bit of resistance at 59, come back for some support, head higher, come back for some support at 59, and etc. Okay, that's the kind of thing we want to see on Coti over this next period. Naturally, and I'll always caveat this by that, is this will depend on Bitcoin. This is exactly what I said to you guys, and this is exactly why, if you watch my videos 2 or 3 days back, when a lot of the really experienced big YouTubers, guys, I'm talking, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, thousands of views, hundreds of thousands of views per video, they were panicking, right? They were not panicking, but they were telling you to rotate out of your altcoins into Bitcoin. And there were other channels that were saying, no, rotate out of your Bitcoin into altcoins. What did I say? I was honest about it. I said, I'm not timing this. I might have sounded stupid or inexperienced, but the reality is I can't time this market. I don't think any really experienced person can. When Bitcoin wants to run, it will run. And when altcoins want to run, they will run. And if you're trying to run between the two, that's when you're going to get burnt, okay? So get your allocation in. I'm a big advocate of this. Get your allocation in these coins, as much Bitcoin as you can, as much of your favorite altcoins that you have high conviction in, okay? Get your positions, let them run, and that's the key today. Because if today, when I've got Luna up 9%, I've got Solana up 7%, I've got Coti up 7%, I've got DOT up 5%, Link up 3%, and Bitcoin is sitting at 1%, I'm happy I've got my altcoins, right? But when Bitcoin had its moment breaking its all-time highs, and when it starts pumping again, this is just a calling off, which I said was going to come, then that's when Bitcoin was run, and altcoins will go sideways, if not slightly down. So that's why you need to hold all your positions and gain in dollar terms across your portfolio. That's really important, guys. Trying to time this is what's going to get you burnt, because you've already got people now trying to come sell their Bitcoin and come into Solana at 204, right? We could have bought that very cheaply a little while ago. You're going to get people foaming into Algorand at $2. You've had ages to buy that in that triangle pattern, which we've just monitored. You can have people panicking to buy Coti at 66 cents, 67, 70 cents. They could have been buying in at 43, 44, 45, 46, which is what we just saw, right? And so that's why it's really important we hold our positions, be fearful when others are greedy, be greedy when others are fearful, and don't try to time it too much, okay? If you're swing trading, completely different game, go for it. Use the technical analysis. Feel free to use my patterns, trade on the entry, have your stop losses, go for it. Do so at your own risk if you're an experienced trader. As always, guys, if you like my perspective and if you like my blend between fundamental and technical analysis, then please consider subscribing. It'll really help out this channel a lot. Don't forget there's a join button here so you can become a member of this channel, which will support this channel. You'll get a badge next to your name so people know you're an OG and you were here when we were sitting here at 2,800 subscribers. So you'll be a true OG. You also get access to our community tab where I can answer your questions on technical analysis or your favorite coins. So please go consider that. And also, I'll pin the comment with the link to our free public Discord. Definitely click that, guys. Doesn't cost you a penny. You'll get access to our community. They're all sat there having a chat, talking about their favorite cryptos, their NFTs, the metaverses, sharing charts, sharing diagrams, sharing technical analysis. Go over there, meet like-minded people, have a chat. I jump in there as well and answer questions, and we'll see you in the next video.